one of the big challenges of being a startup is access to capital. And capital is oftentimes necessary to build prototypes, to develop minimum viable products, to hire or obtain the skills that you might need, whether that be legal, accounting, specialized technical expertise, things along those lines. And coming up with that cash can be really a big challenge. One idea sometimes is to try to bootstrap that, and that you max out your credit cards and things along those lines, and you work really hard and you have side hustle kind of things to try to bring in cash to do it. And you pour in all of your own time and effort, oftentimes trying to figure out how to do it on your own. You might get your own trademarks, for example, things along those lines. Could it be a lot faster to use a lawyer? Definitely, but it's just that $1,000. You need it to be able to buy, actuators for your pumps or whatever for your prototype or whatever it might be. And so around these considerations, the first is just to try to do it without try to build something, try to sell it, try to get suppliers to help you to front costs and things, and then use your own revenue from the sales to kind of get your company going. Problem is you probably can't buy a lot of its product or have a lot of them manufactured, benefit from economies of scale and scope, things along those lines. But it can be done. The other idea is to go to borrow money. And you might be able to borrow that from your rich Aunt Phyllis, or you might be able to go into a bank kind of thing. But that can really be a big challenge. It's extremely hard to borrow unsecured money today. After the 2008 sort of lending crisis, it's become almost impossible. It's the nature of the way the world works. As an individual, it's pretty scary to go all in for personally guaranteed debt to get this business off the ground, because statistically, the odds of a business succeeding are relatively small. Everyone I meet with who wants to form something is full of promise, and they really think this is going to be a resounding success. But unfortunately, stuff comes up in life, and babies are born, and parents get sick, and you have to move, or other job opportunities come up for a spouse or loved one or something, and things fail. The neighborhoods change, or locations aren't as profitable, whatever it might be. And so trying to avoid debt if you can is a really great idea. Debt also, though, is a wonderful leverage tool, because you don't have to give up equity in doing it. So if you become really successful, if you're kind of weighing the idea of should you borrow money, where you basically have to give that back plus some sort of known rate of interest, or give up some portion of your company and its profits forever, if you're going to be a big success, debt is always the way to go, kind of thing for that. But you have to make an informed decision about it. The next kind of thing is an idea, I would say, would be a middle ground between debt and equity, and that would be convertible debt. It's actually one of my favorite ways to fund startups that are technology driven and things like that. And what you're kind of saying is we don't know what this company is worth. And so if we were to try to sell its equity, it would be just trying to make something up kind of thing for it. So instead, what we would do is there would be a money paid into this company in the form of a loan, sometimes with some interest kind of thing, maybe interest-only payments. But this loan would convert into equity at some point in the future when there's a clearer picture of what the company is worth.